Change your nutrition, change your life. Hey guys, Tim here with Next Level Health, coming at you from the kitchen. Guys, this is a special request video. Taylor Keys left a comment on one of my videos and said, Tim, I want to see a full 24-hour day, what you eat. Now, if you have an idea or a question, please comment below in this video or any of my future videos. I would love to make more content for what you guys want to see. So without further ado, let's get started. A full day of eating for this guy. Want that right there, baby. Let's go. And of course, I'm repping my boy Tom Brady, just retired, the GOAT. All right, guys, so before I consume any food items, I'm first going to be consuming my daily vitamin regimen, which is right behind me. Guys, our food is not as nutritionally dense as it was 50 years ago due to certain farming practices, so we are just not nearly getting enough of the vitamins and minerals that we need. On top of that, if your gut bacteria is unhealthy, you will actually not be able to absorb a lot of vitamins and minerals. You are what you eat, and you are what you can absorb. It doesn't matter how nutritionally dense your food is, you're not going to be able to absorb it and actually utilize it anyway. So guys, as always, my gut bacteria is one of my main priorities when I'm thinking about my nutrition, so I can absorb the max amount of nutrients, minerals, and vitamins. We have ASHWAGANDA, we have TUMERIC, we have vitamin B1, vitamin A, zinc. We've got some absorbic acid, aka vitamin C, which I'm going to be putting in my protein shake, and some apple cider vinegar, which has, including the mother, which is super important. That means it has some live bacteria. That's really good for your gut. Also adds some acidity for your gut, so I can absorb all of these vitamins and minerals even better. So today I've decided that I want to go with oatmeal. Now some days I like doing stuff with eggs and bacon and sweet potato, but today, you know what, I was feeling in the mood for some delicious oatmeal. I'm going to be having oatmeal with peanut butter, with banana. I might even throw in some berries, a little bit of maple syrup, cinnamon. It's going to be delicious. Let me cook that up for you right now. Now typically I'll make my protein shakes late at night. However, if I'm gonna have oatmeal in the morning, then again, I'm getting a high carbohydrate content with the oats plus the banana. So I need to counter that with some protein. So now I'm actually gonna make my protein shake in the morning instead of at night. First thing I'm gonna grab is my delicious raw milk, unpasteurized, which means the bacteria, this is a live food. It has not been killed by the heating process of pasteurization, which actually kills anything that's alive in your food, which again, your gut bacteria are alive. Those are live bacteria living in your gut, so you want to feed them with live foods like raw milk. If you saw my previous Costco video, I'm still using this collagen right here. I also recently on my last Costco trip got some of this PB Fit. It's basically like peanut butter, higher protein peanut butter. They've taken out some of the fat. I actually didn't buy this. This was kind of left over from somebody else and they weren't going to use it. So I was like, all right, sure, I'll use it. So this is some Vega protein. Not my favorite, not something I'd probably buy on the regular, but it was given to me for free. I like to sweeten up my protein shakes naturally with actual nutrient dense foods to have a little bit of sugar in them, a little bit of flavor, instead of artificial sweeteners which have no nutritional content whatsoever and are actually unrecognized by your body and can actually create toxic buildup. So now a quick taste test here. Oh yeah, it's probably around 60 to 70 grams of protein in this guy. Again, I'm not a big macro guy. Again, I don't think macros are as important as the actual ingredients themselves. Always choose ingredients over macros. But, you know, you can also do both sometimes too, or you can have good ingredients, and then once the good ingredients have been established, now I can say, okay, well, how do I maximize my protein within those good ingredients? And that is exactly what I've done here. So guys, real quick, I actually forgot to put, I typically consume magnesium every day, and again, I mentioned before, the absorbic acid, aka vitamin C. I actually forgot to put these in my protein shake, so I'm gonna do that right now and kind of re-blend it. All right guys, my oatmeal's looking nice and done. I like mine a little more, less dry, I like a little more watery. So it's kind of a personal preference how. All right, so put my oatmeal in a bowl. Then I took a banana, kind of crushed it up, and I'm gonna actually crush it up even more with a spoon to kind of get it really mixed in there so every bite has a little taste of that banana. I'm also gonna throw in a lot of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I put cinnamon on freaking everything. Put a lot of it. It's great fiber, even has some calcium in there too. For a little flavoring, I'm gonna add a little pure maple syrup. This is literally one ingredient, pure organic maple syrup. Organic peanut butter. Again, 2 ingredients. Peanuts, sea salt. Don't get any peanut butters that have any more ingredients than that. I just take a big, fat spoonful. Just because, you know, it is very high in carbs, but these are carbs that are pretty simple, so they're easily broken down. So this is not the kind of meal that you want to have, say, right before bed or right before you're gonna not go do any activity for a while. So for me, this meal, I'm gonna probably go work out here in an hour or 2. Dang, that's so good. Oh my gosh. All right guys, so kind of a rough outline for the day. Stuff I gotta work on my computer, some content creation stuff I gotta work on. Also gotta do some banking stuff, some crypto stuff. Probably do that for the next hour or so. Then I'll probably check on Instacart Ship, see if I can do a couple orders. Then probably hit the gym. Then probably try to get a meal in after that. All right, guys. I'll see you at the next meal. All right, guys, we are back in the kitchen. Just finished a couple Instacart orders. Got some work done earlier today. And now it's time for meal numero dos. So for this meal, I'm gonna be having some fish. I'm also gonna be cooking some rice as my carbohydrate of my meal. And then I'm gonna be having my typical mixed vegetables. I'll probably top it off with a little bit of avocado or guacamole. Got my long grain white rice. I actually prefer white rice over brown. All right, my rice is on the stove with some salt in it, on high, waiting to get to that boil. Then we can turn it all the way down to low, cover it up, let it sit, let it absorb that water and get nice and perky. Perky, I love my rice perky. Oh, that just sounds so weird to say. All right, next up, we're busting out the old cast iron pan. I'm gonna pour about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Cast iron pans usually gotta oil them a little more heavy. Extra virgin olive oil in here, let it heat up. This stove tends to run a little hot, so I'm gonna go kind of like not a medium high, a little bit less than a medium high. Now I'm waiting for my cast iron to get hot and that oil to heat up as well as that rice to cook. I'm gonna prep my vegetables so I can get all these 3 things going at the same time so it's super efficient. Kirkland Normandy organic vegetables. Basically just throwing them in a bowl, covering it up, putting it in the microwave, heating up for about 5 minutes, letting it essentially steam because it's frozen, so it's got water already not only in it, but around it from the freezing process. I think I'll just end up cooking both of these and just saving one for tomorrow so I don't have to re-cook everything. I can just heat it up and be ready to go. First thing we want to do is we want to dry these suckers off. You don't want to throw these in while they're wet. Our rice there, almost boiled over, but I caught it just in time. Turn it to low. Wait for it to cool down a little bit, throw something over it, and let it continue its process. And looks like my cast iron's ready to go. Just got to season up this fish real quick. When it comes to seasonings, I honestly just throw a bunch of random stuff on there, whatever I'm in the mood for. Typically with fish, I can go more lemony kind of flavor. That tends to work really well with the rice and everything. So I do have a little bit of lemon and garlic seasoning. Again, Now with fish, usually 4 to 6 minutes per side. It can kind of be different if one side has skin and you want to cook it for a little bit longer, but obviously there's no skin on either side. All right, veggies are complete. It's going to be pretty hot. It's going to be a little excess water, which I don't really want to get my food all watery, right? So I'm just going to kind of pour out the excess water. Blue eyes, red shirt, red beard, blue eyes. Like I said, a little watery, but I don't mind that. I like it that way. And I'm really hungry, so I'm just kind of impatient at this point. Second third of our plate is complete. Continue with the theme of the lemon and garlic. And I'm going to include a little bit of guacamole because, again, what's missing from this meal is some healthy fat. Fat is super, super important to your diet. Obviously, you don't want to have a ton of fat unless you're doing keto. The 1/3 ratio, right? 1/3 protein, 1/3 carbohydrates, 1/3 vegetables, and then sprinkle in those good fats on top. Super, super necessary. This is a great meal right here, and I'm about to partake. After this, I'm probably gonna go to a church group, hit the gym since I wasn't able to do that earlier. I ended up sleeping in instead. And then after that, I'll probably come back for one more late night meal. So pretty much 3 big meals. That's the way I do it. That's what kind of fits with my schedule. All right, guys, I'm back. So I did have some other food. So I'm hanging out with some friends here at a church group, and I realized that they actually made some nice chocolate strawberries. So I've had, I think, 4 of these so far. So I forgot that this is my full day of eating. So I had 3 of these already. This is my 4th one. This will be my last one. Hitting the squats today, heavy. Hit some glute work. We're gonna do a little corrective work as well in the upper body. Coming home at night, having my last meal, maybe a snack as well before we go to bed. So far, it's been a pretty good eating day. Pretty healthy overall. Had a little treat with some strawberries and chocolate, but that's all right. Again, everything in moderation, and 90% of what I'm eating, I know all the ingredients for, and I know they're pure good ingredients and not a bunch of garbage. So let's get back to this workout. I'll see you guys at the next meal. Hey guys, we are back for the final meal of the day. Today has been pretty eventful, but I'm being quiet because my roommates are actually trying to go to sleep. Got awesome work done in the morning. Did a couple Instacart orders. Was able to hang out with our church group and spend some good quality time with them. Gotten a couple solid meals, and now it's time for meal number 3. I had that little snack, strawberry and chocolate, but now it's time for that full final meal to finish off the night. So what we're gonna go with tonight is we're actually gonna go with 2 chicken tenderloins mixed with some brown rice pasta, and then again, some more vegetables. So let's go ahead and get started with this final meal. All right, so Roy has this pretty sweet air fryer. So that's what we're gonna use. I don't wanna necessarily do cooking on the stove right now. I already did that earlier. So I'd like to take a break from that for a meal. So we're actually just gonna turn this bad boy on. 370, I'm gonna wait 15 minutes for that to heat up. Then I'm gonna take 2 frozen chicken tenderloins, stick them in, do another about 20 minutes, and we'll be good to go. All right, now while the air fryer is doing its thing, I'm gonna cook up some brown rice pasta. As you guys know, I go pretty low gluten. It's not completely gluten-free. I typically have gluten a lot when I'm at friends' houses or parties, you know, because I know not everyone's no one has the time really to plan for my allergies, my food allergies, right? So, you know, when I can control it, I try to really lessen the gluten as much as I can. So I found this great replacement for pasta. It's just brown rice pasta, but it feels the same, the texture's the same, everything's the same. This pan is getting quite the workout today. I've literally used it in every single meal. I'm about to use it again to cook the pasta. Let that go, and now we prep the vegetables. Bam! Now again, it's probably better flavor-wise to thaw these out beforehand, then put them in the air fryer. But sometimes I'm kind of lazy, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to plan that much, so I just like to stick it in the air fryer and let it do its thing, and it still tastes good enough for me, especially when I add the pasta and the vegetables and the seasonings and the sauces. Same thing. Get those reflexes out, am I right? Let's go, wait, okay. Now I'm just chilling right now. Everything's doing its thing. Probably go on my laptop and peruse some things. Alright, so I'm really hungry, and it's gonna be another 20 minutes plus till my food's ready. So I figured I would just snack a little bit on some frozen blueberries just because I'm hungry and I need a little something. 23 minutes, I'll be ready. In fact, all this other stuff. My vegetables are already ready. My pasta is pretty much almost there as well, so I'm pretty much just gonna be waiting on this chicken. Finally, the chicken is ready. I'm so hungry. One-third more starchy carb, one-third vegetable, one-third protein. Now we're just gonna season this bad boy up, and we've got ourselves a meal. And of course, we need to include some healthy fats, right? This meal is lacking healthy fat. It's kind of like what we did before. We're gonna add our Rayo's marinara, almost making this into like a chicken parm kind of meal. I really liked that avocado we did previous, so we're gonna do it again. Marinara sauce, vegetables, chicken, and some brown rice pasta. It's ready to go in my belly. Alright guys, so here it is, my last meal of the day, and then we start all over again tomorrow with whatever shenanigans we got going on. So overall, it's been a great day, very active day. Hit the gym, hit those Instacart orders, so I definitely got my steps in. Was able to hang out with friends and hang out with my roommates. I thought I was done, but then I edited video for like 2 hours, and I worked up a little bit of an appetite. So I'm actually gonna have some toasted peanut butter and jelly. Okay, now I know what you're thinking, but that's not very healthy. Well, it is if we look at the ingredients. Once again, I'm having peanut butter that has 2 ingredients. My jelly has 4 ingredients. And my bread, my sourdough bread, only has 6 to 8 ingredients, but they're all, I vetted them pretty much. So this is not an unhealthy meal. This is good carbohydrates, protein, a little bit of sugar, you know, my sweet tooth late at night. Again, it's all about the ingredients. There are a lot of unhealthy jams out there. Look at the labels on those jams, dude. They're nasty. Look at the labels on peanut butter, Skippy Jeff, nasty. Look at the labels on the bread you're buying. Probably pretty nasty. Bunch of added ingredients. Me, I keep it simple. So let's have my last meal of the day. Alright, so I am toasting up some sourdough bread. I like to keep my sourdough bread frozen. Alright guys, I promise this is the final meal. So as always, make sure to eat real, and I'll see you on the next one.